everyone. This is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. Thanks for joining. I hope you are enjoying this series. We are on card number 5. And again, we are working with single panel cards. So those are cards that use just 5.5 by 4.25 for the card base. So we are going to dive right in. Let me tell you what products we're going to use. We're going to use the Easter Bunny stamp set. I know that the punch is on back order, but these are pretty straightforward to cut out. So if you don't have the punch, you're still okay with just the sentiments. And it's got a happy Easter, which I think is super adorable. And then I think this would make Enjoy All the Little Moments a nice little baby card. So now the paper we're using, again, from Sale-A-Bration, trying to use it all up. It is the Dandy Designs paper. And we're going to use colors Mango Melody and actually Pumpkin Pie. That looks like a darker version of Mango Melody. So that's what we're going with. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set this off to the side. And let me bring in our measurements here. All right, here we go. So these are the supplies that we're going to need for our card. This one is probably the least amount. Oh, and let me tell you where I got this. So Jody Reinert is my upline, and we had an event, and she made, I think it was 10 cards or something, and we got to make those. And it was like a team event. And one of them used a single card base, and I absolutely loved it. And I think this is one of those, if any of you guys participate in swaps, this is a great swap card because the supplies I think are pretty small. Also, if you're a demonstrator, I think it'd be a great card for a class. All right, so you need the 5.5 by 4.25. Then you're going to need a layer of cardstock, whatever color coordinates. And I wrote embossed. You don't have to emboss it, but that's kind of what makes the card look a little special. So we're going to need a piece of 5.25 by 4 inches. Then you're going to need a piece of the designer series paper. And this is the piece that came from the Dandy Designs. This is 8 inches by 3 inches, scored at 4 inches. All right. Then we're going to use a piece of 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 of just white cardstock. And then I have some scraps for a sentiment, and I layer these sentiments. I think I've told you guys before that I just don't like to put white by itself. It always looks lumpy to me. So, so this is for our sentiment. And then I already cut and did a little bit of Stampin' Blends with this little bunny. And you guys can see I ran out of, can you see it? I ran out of, I cut it too close to the paper. So I'll be trimming that up before we adhere our little bunny there to our card. Okay, so let's get started. So those are the pieces. You probably can already tell it's, this is a pretty easy card. I don't think you guys are going to have any trouble with this one. All right. So we are going to take our piece of white cardstock and we are going to adhere our piece of embossed cardstock. Now you guys could, instead of the embossing, you could take another piece of designer paper if you wanted to. And I would say if you're using white for your base, remember to use a piece of like thick white. I think that would be make your card feel just a little bit more solid, because we are dealing with those single layers. All right, so here we go. We're just going to pop this right on here. This could be the shortest video I've ever done. I hope it is, because if it goes too long, that means I've had major troubles. So again, if any of you guys are demonstrators, I think this would make a great class too. Like all these just single panel cards. Because I can't remember if I said this or not, but this piece of designer paper, let me just show you. This is 8 inches. You can get, and it's 3 inches. So the piece of 12, right? So 4 times 3 is 12. So you have those 3 I'm sorry, 4. You could get 4 this way. And then you've got this other 4-inch strip on your designer paper. You could get another one out of that. So you actually could make 5 cards with one piece of designer series paper. And then if you're using the panel, you would just need 2 pieces of cardstock, one for the layer and then one for the bottom. And that would be it. And you would have 4, at least 4 of these really nice cards. All right, so there we go. We have that adhered. Now we are going to make sure we decide what side of the designer series paper we want. And I want this one on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it at that score line. And if you remember, our score line was at 4 inches. Okay, now inside, I'm going to take that piece of white cardstock, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to adhere it here. Now remember, if you want to stamp something in there, make sure you stamp before you glue. So since I am not stamping anything, I'm just going to layer it in here. And we're going to just, again, make sure your margins are all the same there. There we go. And now we are going to adhere this to our card, but we're not going to, you can put it here, but I'm going to put it at an angle. That's kind of how the sample was that I got to make, and I really liked it. I liked it. But again, totally up to you. You can do it straight. And I'll tell you what else, as I'm just sitting here realizing, you can make it go this way, or you guys could do it this way too if you decide to make it straight, and then you have this kind of an opening. So, you know, take your pick. That's kind of cool. All right, now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, and then I'm going to add our twine. So I'm going to make sure I get make sure I adhere the right side. Okay. I think I told you guys I run this card swap group, and it's just a wonderful group of ladies. And I don't know how many there are now, well over, I think 100, and we might be up to almost 150. Anyhow, we just did a fun fold exchange. So when we do our next one, I think this might be the card. Spoiler alert for any of my pals out there that watch this video. I think this would be a fun one to do. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of this linen thread. This actually was one of the items that those in my card club received as part of their product. Because when you subscribe, you know, you get like $20 in product, and then you get enough supplies to make 8 cards and 1 3D project. And it's 30 bucks. So this was in our last month's kit. So I absolutely love it. All right, so here we go. I am going to just snap that off. And I'm not really gonna tie a bow, I don't think. I think I might just do like a little knot. And again, make it really quite taut when you do this, because then when it loosens up, it won't be, oh, you know what? I think I might have enough here. Sorry. I'm changing my mind. All right, here we go. So do this and no, okay. Forget it. You know, I think I jinxed myself when I said, oh, this is going to be the fastest video. See, I should have been a little more humble. All right, here we go. Let's put this through here. We'll get it. All right, if you guys ever have this, what I need to do is I need to make the loop and then tighten it and then put my finger on the knot and then put it through. Now, you guys might have a better way. Now I probably made it too tight, huh? There we go. All right. And now we'll just snip off some of these little edges here. There we go. I probably should have doubled it up, but that's all right. You guys will see the other one. It looks much nicer with the twine there than my little single knot. Okay, so we have our linen thread on there. Now we are going to add our greeting and our little bunny. So we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment, and we're going to have this say Happy Easter. There we go. Got it out already. And we're just going to put this in Memento Black. Right. Would love to know if you guys, if you send out Easter cards. I will send one out probably to my sisters. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put Happy Easter right there. There we go. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through this tag punch, or label punch, I think it's called. And I'm going to run this through here, and I'm just going to kind of notch out that little bottom there. Now, you guys could easily take your scissors and do it, but I will tell you, I do like that little punch, I must say. All right, now what I'm going to do is take this little teeny scrap. This is a great way to use up your scraps, by the way. I'm going to take this little scrap, and I'm just going to layer it so that only a little piece peeks out the bottom here. So let's do that. It's so quiet here. Our son has a job now, which is awesome because that's good for him. Not that he's ever not doing anything, but that's good for him. So now he's working. And so it's quiet. So it's quite nice. All right, so now I just have to figure out kind of how I'm gonna put these things on the front. And I think I will just put our little rabbit on, and then I will pop this maybe up on dimensionals. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. And you know, since I chopped off that bunny's ear, I think I'm going to make it. Can you guys see that? I'm just going to set it so it's right up against there. That way, no one's the wiser. So, well, somebody is now. I guess I just put it on a video, so everybody's wise to it now. Okay, here we go. We're going to just set it right like that. So the little bunny ear lines up with the part of that. And then we're just going to take this and we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. Now my card is this way, so I could conceivably, but since everything is crooked, I'm just going to make this crooked as well. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So you guys, again, you can pick what is best for you. All right, that literally is it. I am going to show you guys the other card that I made this one off of, and that is that. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to lay it right here, I think. And you know those embellishments we've been using? I'm going to use some of these too. These are awesome. They are so many different colors that coordinate. So I think the gold ones will look really nice here. So we're just going to pop a few of them on. I think that will add just a little bit more color. Again, this is not necessary, but I think it will add. Let's see. Decisions. I think we'll put it up here since I have the other two. All right, you guys, that is it. So now you have this nice card here. Look at that. And it opens up and you can write your message. You could put something here too. If you felt like you needed more space, you could just add another piece of cardstock there. But isn't that adorable? I love it. All right, so let me show you the original one. This is the one that we got from Jody's, and you can see it's that weave embossing folder, so totally different embossing folder. I think this is that Regency Park paper. And then some of the twine. Those are the in color, the baker's twine. But super cute. And now she didn't have a piece inside, but you know, you could also write on the back. So honestly, you could put a family picture in here if you wanted to, and then use the back for your message. You could do that as well. So there you guys go. I hope you like this video. And if you are not a subscriber, would love to have you subscribe. Push the like button. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post them, or you can email me. It's in the bottom of the video. So I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.